Cylo! Hi! I hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas. I guess we are all done. The 25th now. We're right on to Boxing Day. Why is my chat not showing up? Why are you guys not showing up? Do you not want to be in this jail cell with me? Is that what it is? You guys don't love me enough to be here in this jail cell with me? How terrible. How terrible. I can't believe you guys would abandon me like this. There we go. There we go. There we go. I hope everyone had a good holiday. I hope it was a good one. Even if there's some of you that definitely probably had to go to work, or others of you who spent it chilling by themselves, which honestly, I've done that before. And that's a pretty good time too, as long as you get to take a little bit of a break. Yes. I hope that you are all having a fantastic night. Yes, a fantastic night. Because you all deserve it. You all deserve it. Now, today's stream is going to be relatively short. Mostly, I just wanted to come say hi and check in and see how everyone was doing and, you know, give some more belated Merry Christmases. I'm not gonna lie, I ate too much for Christmas dinner and my tummy kind of hurts. So I have tummy hort problems. There's tummy hort problems. So, short Zatsu, impossible. No, it's possible. It is. I promise it's possible. Yeah, it is. Or like, if we do decide that I do not any longer have tummy hort problems, or that I'm suddenly not sleepy because I didn't just get 3 hours of sleep, then maybe we'll play some Minecraft. But yeah, I mostly just wanted to come on and happy holidays for everyone, or wish for happy holidays for everyone. That was not a proper sentence the first time around, but I kind of did my best. Yeah, I got approximately 3 hours of sleep last night because, as y'all already know, my family really likes to get up early. All of them like to get up early. So they let me sleep in, or they let me what they think of as sleeping in, which means that they got me out of bed just before 9 o'clock. That is when we had breakfast before Christmas. And I don't know if you guys have like Christmas food like traditions in terms of like things that you do every year for Christmas or anything like that. I know that one of my friends has like pancakes every year for Christmas, and she thinks of pancakes as like Christmas food, which is weird to me because like that's not something that I get to do for Christmas, although I do really like pancakes. For us it's always like pigs in a blanket sort of things, but they're not like sausages, like sausage. It's like wieners, like little hot doggy things in a blanket, which I think is probably still called pigs in a blanket technically, because it's the same kind of meat, but it's just like a different form of sausages, ? And they make scrambled eggs, which I always have the smallest amount of because tummy hort, because allergies, and then we always have bacon, and we have tater tots and toast, which I guess for like a lot of people that just sounds like a normal breakfast, but my family growing up, our breakfast was generally like porridge, maybe some cereal, if we were allowed to have a sugary substance that particular day, which usually was like maybe twice a week we were allowed to have cereal. Yeah, usually we just had porridge, which I actually still like oatmeal. I think oatmeal is delicious, but that is our version of a Christmas morning, Christmas breakfast. It's something that we've had every year since I was very, very little. So I hope that you guys also had a good breakfast today. Potatoes in the morning is good. Yes, I love hash browns. I love tater tots. I just love potatoes. Potatoes are fantastic. Potatoes are great. Best food, I think. If there was one thing in the world that I could have, like one particular ingredient that had to be in every single thing, I would pick potatoes. Because there's a lot of things you can do with potatoes. Yes. Belated Merry Christmas to you too, Creamy Pie. Did you get blackout drunk? No, actually, that's something that that isn't a Christmas tradition for our family. I was really surprised when I like got older and moved out. I was really surprised to hear that other people drink for Christmas. Oh, Martin, have a good day. Have a good day. I hope you have a fun time with your family. Yes. Yeah, I never realized that people got like people drank for Christmas. Like I didn't realize that was actually a thing. To be fair, I didn't realize that adults drank in general. I kind of stupid young Scion kind of just thought that like only like teenagers and like cool like university students drank, because my parents didn't. I literally never saw my parents drink outside of like church wine the entire time I was growing up. They do drink like some wine here and there sort of thing, and they've got like some alcohol at their place, but I've only seen them, even to this day, I've only seen them drink like a handful of times. I can count it on my fingies and my toes. So yeah, like I don't know. It was very much a surprise for me when people were like, oh yeah, for Christmas we like get hammered on eggnog, and I was like, what the fuck? But also that sounds like a terrible way to get drunk. You're gonna get so sick if you get drunk with an eggnog beverage. Oh my god. Cannot imagine. Sion belonged to a conservative family, yeah. Just very, very, very Christian. Very, very Christian family. I love them very much, but yes, I definitely grew up very sheltered. I can't just stick with wine, Dark Assassin. My brother, Bro Hart, had a lot of red wine yesterday and today, but I am like anaphylactic type of allergic to red wine, so I can't actually have it. Unless I want to pass away, and you know, sometimes, but like I feel like that's not the way to go, you know? You didn't know eggnog was a mixed drink until someone gave you some and you thought it was spoiled? Oh, yeah, people use, like, what is it, like eggnog and rum, I think, is the thing that a lot of people drink. I think it's eggnog and rum. But I mean, I'm allergic to eggs and I'm allergic to milk. So I do like eggnog, but I have to drink it very sparingly, sadly. But I also like, I don't know, I've never thought of anything that is like dairy as a good thing to mix with milk, I feel, or with alcohol rather. I don't know. I was drinking it straight, but also had root beer and rum. Yeah, Suri likes her root beer beverages. Yes. Is it specifically red wine or any alcohol? It's a number of alcohols. I don't know exactly which ones. I know for sure red wine, and I know for sure vodka. To different extents. The red wine will kill me. The vodka will not kill me, but I will have a bad time. I know that soju is safe. It is the only one that I've really tested that I know is safe. There's a couple that I'm like on the fence about, I'm not really certain. But yeah, the only thing that I have like tested and I for sure know will not kill me or make me violently ill is soju at the moment. Yeah, so generally speaking, I just kind of avoid most alcohols at this point in my life, unless I happen to be like really close to a hospital for some reason. Like, I have one friend who, she's a couple of cities away, so I very rarely get to go to her place, but she does live pretty close to a hospital, so if there was ever a party at her place, I might try a different type of alcohol, like maybe I would test like tequila or something. But yeah, until then, the only thing that I know is soju. Can't you get tested? You can, to see if you have an alcohol or an allergy rather to like alcohols, question mark. But it is more expensive and also includes more needles if you want to know specifically the types. And I am afraid of needles. I don't like them. I really don't like them. I don't like them at all. Yeah, so I'm just at that point where I just kind of test it myself. I've been clinically tested for like food allergies, which is why I know I'm allergic to milk and eggs, and I have from a very, very young age. But in terms of alcohols, that is actually a relatively recent change. When I was growing up, I used to drink a lot in like high school and university. I'm not gonna lie. I was a very heavy drinker for a while, but I didn't really, like, it never was a thing. And then, like, all of a sudden, in the last, like, 2 years or so, I've, like, slowly accumulated the ability to die by certain alcohols, which is stupid, which is dumb. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, I found, I used to drink red wine, and then last year I found out that I am, like, anaphylactic allergic to red wine. So that was fun. That's fun. It doesn't have anything to do with my liver, Vigred. Your throat trying to give itself a high five has nothing to do with your liver. That is a completely separate system in your body. If you don't look at the needle when it goes in, it's usually fine. Yeah. That's... So, I mean, theoretically, it makes it better. It makes it better if you don't have to look at the needle, but... it doesn't really, like, fix the problem. Like, you still know that there's a needle, and you still know that it's going into you. So... I don't know, maybe you guys are better at better at that than me, but I really just can't, I can't separate, like, my mind from what's going on. So, like, I know that there's a needle. So even if I look away, I'm looking over here and the needle's over here, I know that it's there, and I'm still gonna be tense even though I'm trying to be like, be untense. If you're tense, it's gonna hurt more. But I still tense up, and it still really hurts. I'm thankfully better with them now than I was when I was, like, for example, in high school. I missed like a whole ass day of classes because I don't know if it was the same for you guys. But in my particular high school, all of the, like, there's vaccines that you get at certain ages, right? And one of them we just got in school. They just, like, called down everyone in that particular grade, and they called everyone by last name. And, I mean, Hart is pretty early on, right? So I got called out of class decently fast. I was one of the last kids to go back to class. I just kept going to the back of the line. Yeah, I was not, no, don't like it. And one time I had to get my blood drawn for a blood test, and Hart and the nurse who was doing the blood draw, they were cackling. They were having such a good time. Because, like, A, I didn't want this needle anywhere near me, so I was, like, panicking. And B, when the needle eventually did go in, and, like, getting your blood drawn is not it's not just, like, a vaccination where it's like, boop, boop, done. It's, like, it takes a little bit longer, you know? Depending on how many vials they need to get, depending on what they're testing for. And, yeah, so apparently I went, like, super, super pale, and my lips took on, like, an almost blue hint, like a blue hue. And, like, my dad and this nurse were joking about the fact that I could possibly be a vampire. And then my dad was like, well, she's essentially nocturnal anyway. This one hates the sun. And all I could think was, like, oh, you're a fucking raccoon. None of you like the sun. But, like, duh. So I was just sitting there trying not to pass out, and they were, like, making fun of me, and it was defining moment. Anyway, I have gotten better with needles as I've gotten older, in part just because, like, to be a teacher, again, I'm not sure about this for everywhere, but to be a teacher, in the area where I was when I was a teacher, you need to get like a background check and you need to prove that all of your vaccinations are up to date so that you don't like accidentally murder a child with some sort of strange disease. So like I had to get a whole bunch all at once. And then, I mean, in the recent years, we've all had to get a butt ton of vaccines. And then a lot of people, depending on your job, it's not always mandatory to get a flu vaccine every year, but usually a lot of jobs do, like, they don't require it, but they're like, hey, you should go get this thing so that you don't, like, fucking get everyone sick if you get the flu, you know? So I've gotten more used to it. I still hate it. It's still a bad experience every time. I fucking hate needles so much. But you know, yeah, like I can pretend that I'm a useful and put together adult for like 5 minutes in the waiting room, and then I can go home and cry. It's fine. But that's part of the reason I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to go get like a proper allergy test for alcohols. I'll just test it myself, and if I don't die, I know I'm not allergic to it. Or like if I don't get violently ill, I know I'm not allergic to it. It's okay. You had a bad experience with a blood test. The nurse missed and said, oops, and then they removed the needle. Oh my god. Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens a lot. In your place, you don't need what? No background check? You just need a degree. Oh my god. And just a master's degree is qualified? Is there no, like, specialized teaching program? Because, like, here, you don't need a master's, but, like, you do need to have gotten into the very specific teaching program that, like, goes through a whole lot of shit that's very different from just a normalized, like, undergrad or master's program. Doom King, thank you for the super. Hate needle. 3 years ago, I was so tense, the nurse had to rip out the oh, yeah. Oh, that does happen sometimes. Yeah. If you tense too hard and then, like, the muscle fibers do... yeah. I had a friend who, they're not afraid of needles, but they don't like going to the hospital because they always have to get, like, it's usually like they get stabbed somewhere between 3 and 7 times just to get the IV in every single time. Because, God, what did the nurse say? She's like, they have they have small veins to begin with, and then because of the amount of times that people have just fucked up because they're small and they miss, a lot of the veins that they would usually go for have also collapsed. So, like, they literally cannot get the IV needle in a proper position. And oh god, it's been at least 3 times in the last, like, 5-ish years where they've had to go into the hospital, and just, like, the bruising is just, like, all the way down the arm. Every time. It's such a bad experience for some people, and I can totally understand why that's, like, not, oh god, I'm really glad that I don't often have to go to the hospital, because that sounds like an absolute nightmare. You had to have a daily injection into your stomach through your abdominal muscle. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. I hope you're okay now for a blood clot. Yeah, blood clots are no joke. Those things are scary as fuck, man. I hope you're okay, Zach. It requires a 1-year course plus internship to get certification. Usually people do that in masters. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so that's essentially what it is here then. You need to have, like, very specific undergrad degree, and in that degree have to have taken very specific courses, therefore allowing you to apply to the teaching program, which is, like, yeah, essentially a master's program. And then, yeah, you do the 1-year teaching thing with all the internships and the student teaching bits and, like, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I guess it's approximately the same. But yeah, having a teaching specific course is very, or like program is very important, I think. To be fair, I probably care more about, like, education than most people do, which is why I wanted to be a teacher before I realized that I fucking hate children. So much. Your mom has rolling veins, so the nurse always misses. Yeah. Yeah, there's just some people who have like the predisposition so that it's much, much harder to actually get like needles and IVs and things into their veins. And I'm so glad that's not me. Oh my god. Although, I was a little bit offended when the last time I got blood drawn, the nurse said that I would be a really good drug addict because it was really easy to find my veins. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? It's a compliment that like only a nurse will be like, oh, thank you. Anyone else is like, the fuck did you just say to me? So I was just like, I just kind of like side-eyed this nurse like, I feel like that was a compliment, but I don't feel complimented, you know? Like I don't feel complimented. I've always wanted to ask if children like you. Oh, no, they do. Children fucking love me, Vigred. And like I'm actually very good with kids. Like I'm not the type of person who's gonna like show a child that I dislike them. I think that that's a bad thing to do. I think that that's a terrible thing to do. Cause like just cause I don't like kids doesn't mean that that's the kid's fault, you know? Yeah, so like for example, like babies making faces at me on like a bus or something, I'll make faces back to the kid. You know, it's not the kid's fault that I think that they're weird looking and squishy. So like yeah, I'll always humor the kid. I'm good with them. I just don't. I just am not fond of them. You know, like if you know some of my friends ever have kids and they want me to look after them, that's fine. That's okay. I don't mind. As long as I can give it back after. Which is actually part of the reason I thought that teaching would be okay, is you give the kid back at the end of the day. Like, and then I realized that it's much harder to separate yourself from the idea of these kids when there's, you know, 30 of them and you see them every single day, and some of them you just really want to help because I mean, I happened to be in a situation where I was the school that I taught at, the very first school that I taught at was in like an inner city area. So a lot of they were a lot of like lower income kids who had a lot of things that I wish I could help with and I couldn't. And then like I could understand why some of them were the way that they were. Didn't mean I wanted to deal with them, but like I tried to have snacks and stuff, and I tried to like help as much as I could, but there's really only so much you can do. And then like that feeling of like helplessness plus the fact that I'm not overly fond of children to begin with, I realized quite quickly that either in 5 years I would want to throw a child off of a bridge, or I would have thrown myself off of the bridge just out of not being able to like help. Because I don't know if any of you guys like have younger siblings or you know, like other family members that are in elementary school, but a lot of classrooms now, like the teacher's literally not allowed to touch kids. Like a kid can give you a hug, but you literally have to have your hands like up. The hands have to be up. You cannot touch the child, because if you do, you can get in trouble. And I mean, I haven't even been a teacher for a while. I hated that shit. Because like if a kid is crying, I want to give that little shit a pat on the back or something, but you can't. You can get in so much trouble, which I think is stupid. I am okay with children on a rental basis. Yes, that is exactly it, Final. Sounds like grandparents spoil the kid and send it home. Yeah. I very much when it comes to children, I like to play the role of like weird aunt, just the strange aunt that you like see every once in a while, you know? But yeah, I hand that back to the parents. It's not my long-term problem. But I do recognize that like children need love and like help and like a good environment and shit. There's just a lot that they need that a lot of them don't get, and I think that's stupid and it makes me sad. So yeah, it's It's one of those like weird things where like I don't like them, but I want them to be okay. Does that make sense? Like I don't like children, but like I don't want them to suffer, right? Like I guess. I feel like that has to make sense. Yeah, they might as well use robots as teachers if you're gonna ban interaction, right? It's stupid. Like they need some sort of adults that they can like count on to keep them safe. And on one hand, I kind of get it because like there were a lot of teachers that there were a lot of teachers for a while that were like they should not have been teachers. They should not have been teachers. So like they kind of had to make those kind of rules, which sucks because it's not fair to the kids who are having to deal with having incredibly like distant teachers now. But yeah, like I get it on one hand, and on the other hand, I'm like it's still stupid. It still sucks ass. Cause like, yeah, like, you know, if a kid is like crying because of something that happened at home or because they're stressed or like who knows what, then you just kind of have to just sit there awkwardly like, yeah. So yeah, it's fine. Were there any kids at the Christmas? No, thankfully there were. I no longer have any, cousins that are actually children. Ah, hello! Wait, give me, haha. Alzora, hello. Welcome. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Yes. Yeah, my youngest cousin actually was at Christmas dinner, and he just got into university. So he was, I would have considered him a child until like just now. It's his first year in university. He's been having a good time. Him and his girlfriend, very cute. They've always been very, very fun. So that was nice to be able to see them. But yeah, it was just a really small Christmas for me this year because, you know, some family tragedies, and then my mom being off in Asia because of that. And so it was just myself, Pa Hart, Bro Hart, Mima Hart, and then my auntie and uncle and cousin. It was a very big Christmas dinner. So I told you guys about the usual breakfast food that we have for Christmas, but Christmas dinner is a whole different, that's a whole different ball game. There was so much food, man. There was so much food. We had ham and turkey, and then gravy and cranberry sauce, and 2 different types of stuffing, and sweet potatoes, and mashed turnips, and carrots and peas, and cucumbers, and buns, and there was Brussels sprouts and a couple other things. Like we had a lot. There was a lot of food. The only thing that I was allowed to take home, everyone else already took a whole bunch of stuff. I got some turnips, so I've got a Ziploc bag full of turnips in my fridge. Which is like the biggest consolation prize. Like you could have given me some turkey at least. Like come on, give me some turkey. But at least I've got turnips. I do like those, so it's fine. Yes. Turnip for what? Just turnip, like the root vegetable. I do really enjoy turnips though. I feel like they're kind of like a hit or miss food. I know that there's a lot of people who really hate turnips, and even in my family that's very much the case. The only people who like turnip are myself, Pa Hart, and my auntie who was there who made the mashed turnips. Yeah, that's really, we're the only ones who like it, which is why I got stuck with a giant bag of turnip. And I didn't get any of the turkey or ham that was left over. Bro Hart got all the turkey, Cousin Hart got all the ham, and then everyone else got a little bit of everything. I didn't really want any of the vegetables or anything, so I was just like, I guess turnip is like a good middle ground. I mean, it's technically a vegetable, so it's fine. I can eat those and be happy, and it's a little bit sweet, so like if I want to have a sweet snack, then that's okay. To be fair though, I didn't really need a sweet snack. There is a lot of chocolate at my house right now, because I got a Terry's orange chocolate in my stocking, and I got some Lindor chocolates, and I got some like expensive chocolates from Mima, and then I've got some After Eights already. Like I already had some things, so I have a lot of chocolate. I don't have any salty food at my house though, so I may or may not have also ordered myself McDonald's before a stream, which is the only McDonald's that I'm allowing myself to get for January, even though it's not technically January. I told myself I'm only allowed to order McDonald's once a month. Cause like I never used to eat McDonald's. And then I was like, I started existing at later times, and it's the only thing that's open. It is the only thing that's open. Everything else closes at midnight. So I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good. Trying to make Kokone Senpai proud of me. So once a month, that's what I'm letting myself do. Subway, there is a Subway around that delivers decently late, but it does close at midnight 30. So if I'm getting home from work day, like days where I work, it's usually already closed by the time I get home. There's a lot of places that are open until midnight, which is nice, but yeah, McDonald's is essentially the only thing that's open after midnight. I mean, technically there's some other places in the area that are also open after midnight, but they don't deliver. And that would mean that I'd have to leave my house, and I really don't want to do that. Like there's like a Chinese food restaurant that's like I'd say like a 10-minute walk from my place, that they're open like 24/7, and apparently they're really, really good. But that would mean I'd have to go for a 10-minute walk at like 3 in the morning, so. McDonald's will always have a special place in our hearts. That is so true, Alzora. It's one of those things where it's like, it's delicious, it's a good snack, but like it's really bad for you, so like I try not to have it. And if I do have it, I always I get small things. Like I'll get but my usual is a McDouble or it's a Nuggies. Those are the two things. I pick one, depending on if I want something really, really salty, or I want something that's just like a little bit salty but delicious. That's kind of how I choose. I wanted something really salty today, so I got a McDouble. I also always get orange juice with it, which I know is technically not the healthiest thing in the world, but like at least get some vitamin C. Yeah, I don't drink pop. I don't know why. It never really, it's something that is like, a lot of people really like sodas and stuff, but like it's just not my thing. I don't know what it is. I think there's like 2 kinds of soda that I like, and it's root beer and Dr. Pepper. And other than that, you know, if there's nothing else to drink, then maybe I'll have it. Maybe. But I honestly would prefer water. Which all of my family thinks that I'm absolutely insane for, because even tonight for Christmas dinner, I just had a giant glass of water. Well, I also had some coffee. Coffee and a giant glass of water. Yeah. Zello, thank you for rejoining the Tricksters. I appreciate it. Cylo, and thanks for the midday stream. Hoping the Christmas race wasn't too bad. Don't explode from bad food habits, you silly Tanuki. I won't. I honestly eat better than I used to, which is sad. It's sad. But I am trying to slowly get better eating habits. To be fair, it was going really well for a while, and then it was not so good anymore because everything jumped up in price again. Like, it used to be like, what, like even a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, it was like $5 for one of those like bagged salads, so where like it had the dressing, it had all the little things that like you could get with it, and like I don't mind those. I like those. They come in a bunch of different flavors and stuff, so you can mix it up. It's not all the same thing all the time. And but now they're like $7 or $8. Why? It's a bag of lettuce with maybe some like chip bits and a salsa dressing. Or why? Why is it suddenly more expensive? That's stupid. So I may or may not have slipped just a little bit. May or may not have slipped just a little bit because shit's expensive. Yeah, I know inflation. I know, but it's stupid and I hate it. because my wages in the raccoon world have not caught up to the inflation in the raccoon world, okay? It makes it sad because I used to make well above a living wage. Well above a living wage. Okay? And now I do not. And that's stupid. It's a dumb decision. $7 for a bag of leaves? I know! So now I tend not to get pre-prepared like salads or anything anymore. So the only greens that I get by themselves are usually the ones that go to my buns. So they get their own salads and stuff. But usually nowadays I do try to get more vegetables, but I eat them in like other things. So like I make sure that there's veggies in my sandwiches, or if I get like big burgers or something, I make sure it's in there. Or like I opt for something like zucchini sticks instead of fries if I go out somewhere. Yeah, so I just kind of try to make sure that there's stuff in my food, like green stuff or orange stuff or, you know, whatever fucking color the vegetable is that day. But yeah, I used to try to have like a salad or two at least every week, but yeah, it's very expensive to do that now. I mean, I say that, and then I like spend that exact amount of money that it would take me to get 2 bags of salad on one takeout meal from McDonald's, so it's fine. You ever just get tired of eating meat and carbs after a long while? Yeah, every once in a while, I'm like, I would like an Asian pear, and I will just go and get a pear or an orange. Sometimes I got pomelos. Those are good. Those are also really big. Thought you don't like vegetables? They're okay. I don't really like I don't like eating vegetables like plain, you know? Like, I would rather eat like vegetables in a stir fry than like raw vegetables sort of thing. And because I live alone also and food goes bad really quickly, a lot of the time if I do try to be good and I buy like fresh produce, I'll be able to make like a meal out of it, and then like it goes bad in a day or two, and I'm like, what the fuck was the point in that? I just wasted so much money. And that's, yeah, so it's a problem. A vegetable hater? I don't hate vegetables. There's lots of vegetables that I like. The problem is I also just can't cook them. So I am a raw vegetable hater. I think the only raw vegetables that I really like are like cucumbers and carrots, probably. Yeah. I like a lot of vegetables cooked. I mean, this is in the refrigerator. They still go bad. That's just how that works sometimes, you know? Yeah, like cooked broccoli is okay as long as it's cooked and it's still like, you know, like snappy. You know, like it's not mushy. I fucking hate mushy broccoli. Carrots are great. Cucumbers are great. I love vinegar, like cucumbers. Vinegar cucumbers are fantastic. So good. So good. I feel like that's most times I see like vinegar cucumbers in Chinese and Korean cooking when I get them, which is nice. I think that they're really nice. They're tangy. And then, I like peppers. I like cauliflower. I like Brussels sprouts. So I did have a good number of Brussels sprouts today. Yeah. I just like vegetables when they're cooked. I'm not fond of them when they're raw most of the time. And given that I can't cook, that does become a little bit of a problem. They're fine in sandwiches and stuff because like they go well with other food and they give good texture because they're like crispy, so that's fine. But yeah. Ubagi! Thank you for the soup, I appreciate it. Talking about foodstuffs, what thing JP foodstuff should I get for my babushka's neighbor? that's looking over your place as a gift. Ah. Well, that really depends. Do they like salty things? Do they like sweet things? Do they like snacky things? Because I feel like there's a ton of different things that you could get. There's like lots of different like Japanese snacks and stuff. So I think it really depends on like what kind of like food palette they like. Get strong zero. That's one of my friends' like favorite drink ever. And every time she goes to Japan, she always comes back with a bunch of strong zero. She does not share them. She fucking refuses. So, but she always brings them back and it's so funny to me. Hello, Fernando. Merry Christmas. A bottle of vodka. You only spoke with her in broken Russian. I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Whenever I get snacks places that I want to try, I kind of get a little bit of everything, you know? So I kind of like set myself up a taster. So I'll get like some things that are soft, some things that are crunchy, some things that are sweet, some things that are salty. And then that way, like, you know, if you don't like one thing, you can move on to the next one. But if you could figure out what their taste is, that makes it easier. But yeah, I know that's not always possible. So good luck, I suppose. Try going boxes style, lots of different things. Yes, exactly, Grubber. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just, you know, if you're not exactly certain, just get a whole bunch of different things that you think that, like, people would commonly like. You'll have a headache and fall asleep straight after a can of beer. Oh, decided. You might have a mild alcohol allergy. You might. Or like a mild intolerance. Cause that's me with beer as well. And I'm not technically allergic to beer, but you're just Asian. Well, a lot of Asians do carry a mild alcohol intolerance and or allergy. So as a fellow Asian who had an intolerance and went red whenever she drank, and then magically it became an actual allergy in which I am anaphylactically allergic to some sorts of alcohol. Which is why I said that, because that used to always happen to me when I would even have one beer. So alcohol is poison. It is. I mean that we just kind of slowly poison ourselves with alcohol until we reach the funny level, and then we go on with our day. To be fair, for most people, it is a perfectly okay thing to do, as long as you're not like binge drinking. It's actually better to drink small amounts of alcohol every day than it is to like binge drink once in a while, which is a strange thing to think about. But yeah, sugar is a type of poison. Most of the shit we put in our bodies is a type of poison, okay? Like, just huge percents of the shit that we pump into our bodies daily is a poison. So it doesn't really matter. Like, it's fine. It's, yeah, you know, it's just, we just kind of have to deal with it at this point. Yeah. What did I get for Christmas? I got some fun things. I mean, I got my socks. Which is great. So I got socks. I got some chocolates. Hart got me face cream, my face cream that I usually like to get, which means that she also broke the agreed upon amount of money we were able to spend. I can't really judge her though, because I also broke the agreed upon money we were allowed to spend. Yeah. She got me my face cream and one of the like night serums that I use, which like all together is the cream is like 80 and the serum is like 90, and we were only supposed to spend like $30 on each other, so she went way over. But that was nice. It's always, you know, I'm one of those people who like, I like to get the things that like are useful that I'm definitely gonna use, which is why like she got me those, I'm pretty sure. Hart got me coffee pods, and then he realized that I spent more money on him, so he also texted me a Starbucks gift card, which was really nice. And Hart got me a rechargeable flashlight, the socks, and light bulbs for my bathroom. Yeah. So it's nice. It was good. Grandma got me, or she made me some dishcloths and a little drying cloth, which is really nice. She made them herself, so I just get to chill. He does not read my Twitter. I don't think the man even knows what Twitter is. It's fine. He got the same thing for Hart, so it's rechargeable and it has like different modes and stuff. I honestly got it because he got them at Costco and they came in packs of 3. So he kept one, he gave one to Hart, and then he gave one to me. But it's good because, you know, it's always good to have like a flashlight just in case like the power goes out or you need to find something. Right? I thought the gifts are really useful too. I was so glad. I already have too many trinkets. I have... So like 2/3 of my desk is useful, and then 1/3 of my desk is just absolutely covered in trinkets of all shapes and sizes. Yeah, I've got like a whole bunch of little things all around my desk. There's like plushies, there's little like statues and stuff. I just have lots of trinkets already, so I like to get useful things, and I try to always get useful things for other people as well when I buy presents, which is hard. It's hard. But yes, it was good. I got Hart a charging cable for his phone because he was complaining that his was getting like frayed and wasn't working very well, and I got him like a big desk pad, like a mouse pad, because last time I went over there he was just using a mouse on a fucking glass desk. Who the hell does that? That doesn't work very well at all. That's terrible. And I also got him some Nespresso pods. Also, David, hello, Merry Christmas. And then for Hart, I got motorcycle parts. I've got him a bunch of motorcycle parts. Specifically, like the thing to attach your license plate in behind the wheels, and then lights that double as bolts for the license plate, so that he can attach that and then have it shine properly, because it won't be actually like where the lights are on the motorcycle, so he needs that to have it be legal, and some tools and stuff. Yeah, cause that's his current hyperfixation, which is such a weird thing. I'm just like, he retired and all of a sudden he's just motorcycle man, motorcycle raccoon dad, just zooming. But he's rebuilt like 3 or 4 different bikes at this point, and he's having a lot of fun with it. So I try to get him stuff that's useful for that. Last year I got him a really big like wrench and widget set so that he could have like a whole bunch. Midlife crisis. It's not though. It's really not. He is in a motorcycle club, yes, but also it fits in really well with what his job was, and to be fair, I didn't have a fucking chance of not becoming a cosplayer. I realized this when he was doing motorbike stuff, because he had to make a wire cutter, and he literally he took 2 chopsticks and then he ran a wire up the chopstick, coiled it around the chopstick, pulled it across to the other side, and then attached that to a battery. And so he made like an electric wire cutter, just jerry-rigged that shit. And I was like, oh yeah, I had no fucking chance of not becoming a fucking cosplayer. Yeah, he loves to make things, he loves to plan things, he just you know, think of things that do like design drafts and also include lots of math. That's the kind of person he is, and he really enjoys it. But also also fun things about Hart, between university degrees, he went to like Africa to teach math, just for funsies, just because he could, and apparently that's where he learned how to drive a motorcycle. He already had a license, which was a surprise to me. a fucking surprise to me that he already had a motorcycle license. I was like, what the fuck? How are you consistently, every time this man speaks, I swear to God, he is consistently the lamest person I know and the coolest person I know, and I hate it. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. He is the nerdiest raccoon that I know, but like also, he's so cool. And it makes me so mad. Yeah. So, yeah, that's apparently where he... I mean, I knew that he had gone to Africa for a while in his adulthood to teach there. Because he, like, we heard a whole bunch of stories growing up. We grew up with a fucking taxidermied piranha on our fireplace. There was a monkey hunting bow, like, hanging up in one of the rooms. Like, we heard many stories. Like, there was a bunch of random shit in our house, okay? But like he would tell us stories about like a barracuda and like things that he had to do, and the fact that there was just randomly like sometimes bugs would just exist everywhere, and the fact that there was just a bunch of lizards and geckos that he like named all of them on the roof at one point. But like, a motorcycle never came? What do you mean? What do you mean you can drive a motorcycle? Anyway, so that's what he's been doing with the last couple of years of his life. So that's what I've been doing every year for Christmas and birthdays and stuff. I usually try to like sneakily figure out what part of rebuilding he's on and get something that's useful for that. Yeah, and then Hart didn't get any of her presents because she's not here right now, but he sounds like a great gentleman to hang out with, always something new you didn't know. It's very true. Like I said, he's like very nerdy, but also like incredibly cool, which is just, you know, like I'm nerdy and I'm not cool. I have no redeeming factors. There's not a single person that knows me that would say I'm cool. So I hate it. It's not fair. Unfair. It's completely unfair. It's fine. Crouching nerd, hidden badass type of strat, right? It's insane. I also found out at one point, you know when like Glee was really, really popular, like a whole bunch of years ago? So like when Glee first came out and it was super popular, I was like, you know, like, haha, look at all these songs. Do you know, I learned what a Glee club is. I wish we had a Glee club at our school. And my dad was like, I was in a Glee club once. What do you mean you were in a Glee club once? You can't carry a tune if it shot you in the forehead. You're the man who told me that if you don't know the words, just stand there and mouth watermelon, 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 because then it will seem like you're singing your part, even when you're not. Which apparently he learned in Glee Club. Ah! Like, this man has just done everything you can think of. I swear to God, it's absolutely crazy. And, yeah, so, like, anytime I think I'm doing something fun, all I'm thinking to myself most of the time is just, like, I bet Paw Hart's done I bet Paw Hart's done this already. And if he hasn't, Ma Hart sure fucking has, so... Which is probably the reason that I'm really not afraid to try different things. And like take chances, just cause like my parents are just crazy. They're absolutely insane. And I think that rubbed off a little bit, you know. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, even if the apple is a tanuki and the tree is a raccoon. You know, which is, you know, fine and fun and all that stuff. Yes. And like, I was once again reminded that the dark humor does in fact run in the family, because there were like a lot of jokes about like death at the Christmas dinner table, including one from fucking Meema. Man, this woman, between breakfast and dinner, between Christmas breakfast and Christmas dinner, so we had breakfast, we opened presents, and then there's, like, you know, some time before you have to start, like, getting ready for dinner. And so we drove Meema back from my parents' place back to her place, and she, like, brought us inside to her apartment and was like, probably by this time next year, I will be dead. So, we're gonna go through all the stuff in my house and you're gonna take some home or put your name on it. What do you mean? Nah! Anyway, David, thank you for the soup. I appreciate it. 2 raccoons made a tanuki. Yeah, I'm still pretty sure I got switched at birth, but like, that's just how it is. Anyway, I made it home not only with my Christmas presents, I also have 2 really nice china teacups and saucers now that like are probably worth more than any other piece of anything that I have in my kitchen. Like, bro Hart wrote his name on like 7 different paintings. She apparently got out all of my old Barbies from when I was a kid, and she like cleaned them all. And then she was just like, you must take at least 2 because I've heard that they could be worth lots of money. And I was like, I'm looking at these dolls. Most of them have all their hair chopped. All of them, the hair has different colors because I've like drawn all through them. Like, some of them have drawn on underwear because, you know, they're fucking naked underneath. But every single one of them had hand-knitted clothing. Every single one of these old Barbies had cute little hand-knitted clothing that she had apparently gotten so bored after she broke her hip like a year and a half back. And she was just stuck in the hospital. So they already had a lot of stuff from when I was a kid, but she went through and like every single Barbie like made them little outfits. She was like, someday someone will want these dolls again. Half of these dolls do not have legs or arms or anything. And she was like, you can just glue them back on. It's fine. Okay. So I've also got 2 Barbies. So yeah, I got 2 teacups and saucers, like 2 nice china pieces, and then like 2 old Barbie dolls. And that's what I took home with me today from Mima's. Bless Meema Hart, she sounds amazing. She really is. Also, thank you for the super, David. I appreciate it. Yeah. So that's what we did between breakfast and dinner. We went and had like an awkward claiming of things in Mima's house for when she inevitably passes away, which I was like, a little soon, you think? And she was like, oh, it's okay. The grandpa who died's on the other side of the family. Okay. That's fine. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Just like the whole family is like this, you know, even like the uncle and aunt when we were having dinner were making like jokes and we're just like, all right, that's fine. Whatever. But yeah, it was a good time to see family and stuff. Meema Hart really coming out with the dibs? Really? Yeah, honestly. Like, she's just, like, every single thing in her house right now, like, anything that, like, people like, she's getting them to, like, put their names on stuff. So, like, when one of my uncles came, and he's from, like, same country in the raccoon world, but, like, on the other side. So he came and visited earlier in the year. And so his name is just on the back of a bunch of pieces of art and stuff. No, not Pa Hart. No. Ma Hart's dad died last week, 1 week ago. Yeah. That's why she wasn't at Christmas with us. Which is why I was just like, wow, everyone's making jokes. Okay, it's fine. This is where I get it. This is why, like, when I tell people, like, don't worry, I'm okay, and like stupid jokes is how I like cope. This is why. It's the whole fucking family. Also, they let me wait. They let me into the kitchen for the first time ever. They let me into the kitchen for the first time ever before Christmas dinner. In part because it's Ma Hart that usually keeps me the fuck away from the kitchen. But they didn't let me cook anything. But they made me peel all of the sweet... Something stuck in my throat. Anyway, they made me peel all of the sweet potatoes. And they also, you know, maybe just happened to buy an extra fucking 5 potatoes? Just in case? I'm not gonna fuck up peeling potatoes that bad. No chance. I didn't fuck it up, Ravi. I didn't fuck up peeling the potatoes. It was apparently, though, painful to watch. It was apparently incredibly painful to watch because I was very bad at it and very slow. Because, like, I asked Bro Hart, I was like, oh, like, how long do you think it's gonna take me to peel the potatoes? And he was like, oh, like, 15 minutes? And I was like, oh, well, like, I'm guessing, like, I should maybe double that because, like, I've not done this before. And he was like, no, that was me doubling it. That was me giving you the bonus time. It took me longer than 15 minutes to peel the potatoes. But, like, I wanted to make sure I got every single speck of skin off of the sweet potatoes. You know, we're gonna have, like, delicious mashed potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, and, like, I was trying to make sure that I got all of the skin off so that it would be good, and then apparently I took too much of it off. And then there were some potatoes that were just too flat for the peeling knife to work, and so I had to ask for help. And Pa Hart was just like looking at me like, "This is why you're not allowed in the kitchen." I was like, "Oh, okay, it's fine." But I got most of it. I did most of it. Yes. And then I cut them in half, and then you cut them into cubes, and then you put them into a pot, and then I wasn't allowed to touch them after that because then you put water in it and you boil them and then you mash them and all that stuff. But I make things uncookable, so I wasn't allowed to actually do any of those steps. I just had to peel them and cut them up, which is fine. Yeah. How many potatoes? It was 6 or 7 sweet potato, like 6 or 7 large sweet potatoes, and then there was an extra 4 by the end of it. So, no, they didn't let me mash them. I was not allowed to. I just had to peel them and then cut them. Also, some of them were really hard to cut. And they sounded like I was cutting into wood. I was like, wow, these are some really rooty roots. And then my dad looked at me again and was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you mean these are really rooty roots? And I was like, well, it sounds like I'm cutting a tree root, and it's a root vegetable. Therefore, it sounds like a rooty root. Anyway. Did I use a knife or a peeler? Both. I mainly used a peeler, except for the parts where I couldn't get them. I mean, Pa Hart did have to help me once with that. But, and to cut the top and bottom off, I used a knife. And then to, like, cut them, I used a knife. But mainly it was the peeler. Yes. It was still hard. The peeler did not want to pool. No, not pool. The peeler did not want to peel sometimes. Like, I would, like, do the thing and, like, go down, and, like, move the peeler over the potato, and the potato was just like, yay! The skin's still here! And then sometimes I'd be like, what the fuck? The skin's still here. And then the skin would also just, like, come off. It just, like, sat there for some reason. It was really stupid, and I did not enjoy it. Did not enjoy it at all. It's fine. It's okay. It's better than the last time I tried to peel something. Insomniac, have a good night. Merry Christmas. I hope you get a good sleep. Yeah, so the last time that I was allowed to peel anything, it wasn't with my family. It was, I'm trying to, like, figure out how to say it without saying the name of the thing. So it's like a charity place, and their whole thing is that they get, like, donated, like, groceries, and then they dry them and they turn them into, like dried veggie, like, soup stock sort of stuff, and they like vacuum seal them, and then it's the things that they, like, send overseas for, like, hunger relief efforts and stuff for charities. Because, like, the only thing you need to do is, like, put water in it, and then you've got this, like, really good, like, just tons and tons of vegetables that have been freeze-dried. And so when I went, it was like there were different sections. So there were people who would like peel the vegetables and then chop the vegetables, and then you put them all out onto like the trays, and then you put all of these trays into like the dryer racks, and then you push all the dryer racks into these like they're like furnace, like they're cooking rooms, but they're just like it's a room. It's a whole ass fucking room. Anyway, and then there's people who like took the trays and you like scrape all the dried fucking veggies off the tray and like put them in the bags. You have to just like weigh them, so you put like a certain amount in each bag. Anyway, so when I started there, when like at the beginning of the summer when I was volunteering there, they were like, oh yeah, you could do the peeling, and they were like, oh yeah, you're dexterous, you play sports, yeah, you can do the peeling and the cutting. I lasted approximately half a day. And then they moved me to the scraping area for the rest of the summer. Now, every season, different veggies come in. So the veggies that they were cutting were like potatoes and like peppers, I think. So it was like peeling the potatoes and cutting the potatoes and then just like cutting the peppers. But the ones that were being scraped were things that had like dried from like a couple of months before. And a couple of months before, it had been onion season. So I got to spend the majority of one summer as I was volunteering scraping dried onions onto scales to weigh them and to put like specific amounts of onions into each of these bags for future soup stock to send off to, you know, different countries for hunger relief. Yeah. So, huh? Let me see, Zello. I don't. No, I do see it. I'm just stupid, apparently. I am stupid, apparently. Zello, Dad, thank you for the soup. I'm sorry I didn't see it. I was embroiled in my stupid cooking story. There weren't any casualties, though. There weren't any casualties. It's fine. It's okay. It all worked out. It was okay. Scion does not cook high gunner. I've already told you guys once that, like, I have a superlative. One of my friends who is very polite. She's incredibly polite. I have the title of my food is the only food that she has ever spit out in her entire life. The only food she's ever spit out. Which I am like, I shouldn't be proud of that, but I am because I have a superlative. The worst food she's ever had. YouTube did curse you with the eternal number 3, so you're always worried about this site. Yeah, to be fair, YouTube does strange things sometimes. How do you manage that? You know, I thought I was doing pretty okay, honestly. I thought I was doing pretty okay because I didn't give myself food poisoning for once. So I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It in fact was not pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I can cook every once in a while. I've been able to make myself stuff that hasn't made me sick, but it's very far between that I managed to like, and it has to be one of those things where like I'm specifically picking ingredients that like it's very hard to get any sort of like foodborne illness from. Mac and cheese, no. The one time I tried to make, well, more than one, but the most memorable time I tried to make mac and cheese, it became soup. So no, I have microwave mac and cheese. Which is, I mean, it's the same thing, really. It's just a smaller amount, so it's, you know, it's okay. Can I use the oven to heat frozen food? No, I cannot! But I have an air fryer, so it's fine. I have an air fryer, and I can use that to heat frozen food. I figured out how to use it to cook pierogies. Yeah! So I have an egg cooking machine. I have an air fryer. I have a blender. I have a toaster. I have a panini press. Yeah. So, like, I can make myself, like, chicken strips and fries. And I can make myself, yummy paninis. So sometimes I make myself, like, ham and cheese toasties with, like, sometimes I'll put, like, onion or alfalfa sprouts and things like that on it. I really like sandwiches. I'm not very good at making them myself, but I really do like sandwiches. I think that they're fantastic. I sometimes use my egg machine to make me soft-boiled eggs. I love soft-boiled eggs. And you can put soft-boiled eggs on whole wheat toast and you can pretend that you're healthy. Yes. What do you mean she can't even... That's a perfectly okay sandwich, you boggy. Never underestimate your cooking options when you own an air fryer. Yeah. You made a whole ass nasi goreng. I don't even know what that is. I can make chicken strips though, so I'm happy. I've been told that you can make Brussels sprouts in an air fryer, but I'm kind of terrified to like get it wrong and or set them on fire. I don't know why. I just have this idea that like, even though I can use the air fryer for frozen foods, for some reason, my brain is like 100% convinced that if I put fresh produce into my air fryer, it will just catch on fire. Which is illogical and doesn't make any sense at all. But for some reason... For some reason, I just do not trust that the air fryer will cook my veggies for me. So, yeah. Chicken strips is just less expensive chicken nuggies, and I'm all for it. Yeah, it's so good. No wonder Suri says, wait, she said that? No, wait. No, it's okay. Big Mac or Whopper? I've never had either. I'm not gonna lie, David. I've never in my life had a Big Mac. Even though I eat McDonald's a couple times a month at this point, even though I'm trying to do it once a month. Yeah, no, I've never in my life had a Big Mac. For burgers, I always get like a McDouble or like a double cheeseburger if I'm feeling like I hate myself extra. Yeah, her AMA. I have her AMA pulled up, actually. I was gonna watch it tonight. Also her ASMR learning about Christmas. I love Suri. She's so cozy. I always love watching her stuff when I'm like working on other things. So like I've been trying to get back into I've been trying to like unrest my skills in live 2D because I haven't touched it in months. So I love the other girlies, but a lot of them are very energetic, which is great, which is fantastic. And usually I do, that's why I love watching their stuff. But when I'm trying to concentrate on something, not really the best thing to have on in the background, just like Meeta screaming or something. So I'm really excited to just put Suri on in the background and do some de-rusting of some skills later tonight, probably. I mean, I should probably also go to bed early, so maybe I won't do it tonight, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Because I have a collab tomorrow that is slightly, not even slightly, it's a good amount earlier than my usual start times yet again. Yeah. It's semi up in the air. Oh! Oh, I have a new thumbnail. Aw, that's so cute. Okay, well, I'm assuming it's gonna be happening because, since the beginning of stream, I just checked the thing just in case. But yeah, I've just gotten a new thumbnail from one of the girlies, which means it's happening. It is 3 p.m. PST, and a lot of you guys are going, what the fuck, that's not early. But it's early for me, okay? Because the earliest I get up, usually, of my own volition, is like 2 p.m. PST. Like, that's the time I get up on a workday. So that's part of the reason that I usually don't start my streams until like 7 p.m. PST. Like I used to start at 6, and And now I start at 7 because I know that some of the other girlies wanted evening time slots, and I was like, it's fine. I don't mind staying up a little later. I always stay up a little later anyway. So yeah, but so tomorrow the stream is going to be a little bit earlier. Maybe I'll do a gorilla if I have enough energy afterwards. I did want to play Minecraft. I don't think I'm going to be playing Minecraft today though. My tummy is still being a little grumbly, so yes. But it is the same group that we played with, not last time, but the time before that. So it's gonna be Akiko, myself, Elia, and Mion. I'm very excited. I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on quite yet, but it is going to be happening because I have a fun new thumbnail. I was just using the one from last time, but Akiko just sent us a whole bunch more, and she's so sweet. She's so sweet. I'm very excited to be able to hang out with them some more tomorrow. Yes. All great girls. Yeah, it's Lethal Company again. Which, you know, I really enjoy playing it. And hopefully you guys aren't too sick and tired of it just yet, because I'm sure that I'll be playing it for just a little longer. Maybe slightly longer than a little bit longer. So, yeah. History's greatest plague, tummy hort. Yeah. It is very much a plague, the plague of tummy hort. Yeah. It's unfun. Unhappy times only. Especially on Christmas. Well, I guess it's not technically Christmas anymore, so I can't say that, but yeah, tummy hort on the holidays is no fun. Hopefully the walls don't eat you again, right? I'm really hoping they don't. So, wonder who's gonna die first this time? Probably me, honestly. It's usually me. Yeah, usually me. Lethal Company's a lot of fun to watch, lots of clippable moments. Yeah, I was actually, Bro Hart knows about the game because apparently he's played with some of his friends, and he was saying that like he thinks the game kind of sucks, but like playing it with people is a lot of fun, and like I like the game itself anyway, but I think it's true that like playing it with people, I think that's the part that really makes it, right? You know, the interactions between people is really funny. There's still a lot of things that I haven't actually gotten to do in the game though. Like I haven't run into every single one of the monsters yet. I haven't been to any of the level 3 planets yet, or moons I guess yet. So maybe we'll be able to do one of those things tomorrow. That'll be really fun. Yes. But I think that, like I said, it was good. I said it was gonna be short, but I think I might be calling it because the tummy hort is getting pretty bad. Also, because I left the buns alone for like a little over 24 hours and they're kind of mad at me, so So I need to go bribe them. I need to go bribe them so that they don't continue trying to eat my ottoman. Shoot. I don't see anyone that's streaming right now. I'm really sorry. I don't think we're going to be redirecting into anyone tonight. Or wait a second. Oh, no. No, the only things that I see that are alive are like restreaming of VODs. So I don't really feel like doing that right now. But that's just kind of how it is. But I will see you guys in just over 12 hours if you're going to be around for the collab. I hope that everyone had a fantastic Christmas and then everyone gets a really good rest today. I mean, after every holiday, I think that everyone deserves bonus rest. Just a little bit of extra sleep so that you can continue on, because the holidays aren't quite done yet, are they? And we've got a really busy collab-packed week this week. So I hope that everyone has a super good night, and I'll see you all soon. Sayonara. Bye-bye.